Your mind need not be controlled, your mind needs to be liberated. Mind is not a cap on life, mind is a way to liberate life. Nowadays, everywhere you go, people are saying, you must control the mind. Your mind does not need to be controlled, your mind needs to be liberated. But unfortunately, people always think of controlling the mind. People are talking about wanting to be no mind. It is a very misunderstood concept. It took millions of years to evolve this mind. Why do you want to become no mind now? It is simply because you are not able to handle the torture of your mind. If your mind was ecstasy, if your mind was the means to your blissfulness, would you want to become a no mind? Only because it has become a mess, and you are seeing it as a barrier, not a stepping stone, you want to become a no mind. Mind is not a barrier, it is a tremendous possibility. It is because we are trying to go about handling the mind without addressing and understanding its fundamental nature that this problem has happened. Morality is the major problem. One of the biggest problems is, right from one's childhood, what is right and what is wrong has been imposed on the mind. People have taught you what is good and what is bad. But good and bad are very, very strong points of identity. You naturally get identified with whatever you consider good, and you are naturally repelled from whatever you consider bad. Having an aversion to something and an attraction towards something else is the basis of identification. Whatever you are averse to dominates your mind. The nature of your mind is such that if you say, I do not want something, only that thing keeps happening in your mind. There is no subtraction or division in the mind, there is only addition and multiplication. You cannot take away anything by force from the mind. This does not need any enlightenment to be understood. If you just close your eyes for a minute and look at it, you can see that you cannot do anything by force in the mind. If somebody tells you, this is good and that is evil, but do not think about the evil, that is a full-time job. Nothing else but that will be going on in the mind. The moment you label something as good and something else as bad, you getting identified with the good and having aversion to the bad is a natural process. It is because people realized that identification is causing so much trouble that they immediately started giving you an antidote, detachment. The moment you detach yourself, your ability to experience life is also gone. Where there is no involvement, there is no life. Life cannot be experienced unless there is involvement. The deeper the involvement, the deeper the experience of life. However small the event may be, however small a piece of life may be, if you are deeply involved, it is a great experience for you. Nothing dramatic or spectacular needs to happen in your life. If you are deeply involved with the simplest aspect of your life, you will see every aspect of your life is spectacular. But why is so much detachment being taught everywhere? It is because of the fear of entanglement. It is from this fear that detachment is always being propagated. If you detach yourself from life, you are avoiding life. You are here to experience life, not to avoid life. Can you experience life unless you are involved? No. But right now there is a fear of entanglement. If I involve myself, maybe I will get entangled. Entanglement has happened because of the discriminatory nature of your involvement. Your involvement is coming from a certain identification. I am involved with this person because this is my wife, this is my husband, this is my child, this is my home. It is the identification which is causing entanglement, not the involvement. If your involvement is beyond your identifications, you will see that involvement brings absolute joy to life. If your involvement is indiscriminate, you would simply be involved with all life around you in just the same way, with the very air that you breathe, with the very land that you stand on. Involvement enhances life in a tremendous way. If life is not enhanced within you, all the higher possibilities of life will also never happen to you. In the process of becoming spiritual or trying to be spiritual, a lot of people have become like goats, because if you practice how not to be involved with life, you will slowly become more lifeless. You will become less of life as days go by, too much of mind and very little of life. As life recedes in you, you will see nothing fantastic can ever happen. Only if life is happening exuberantly within, can it carry you to higher possibilities.